It's a leaking faucet, it's a running toilet, it's the sound of cutting-edge technology. Hi, I'm Abbie Gremillion, your host of Common Sense, and today we're featuring Phyn, a company that's taking the business of water conservation and making a big splash in Torrance.
Phyn is a smart water monitoring solution company. We were founded in the summer of 2016, so a couple years ago. Our intent and our vision and purpose is to enable homeowners, businesses, communities to better understand and appreciate the scarcity and value of water, conserve water, and protect homes from the damages that can be caused by water with older plumbing systems.
Phyn was the answer to the technological challenge of water scarcity, but the idea to execution of water and electricity was much more involved than meets the eye.
It was really a combination of three things coming together that really rang true for us. One is climate change, and you couple that with population growth. Then you add this third piece of it, which we uncovered during our research, which was that the world over, plumbing systems and water management systems were degrading at an alarming pace. The pipes that are laid under our city floors that were laid 30, 40, 50 years ago were not meant to last forever. And maintenance on them is hard. And so now we're seeing things like Flint, Michigan, where water supply is getting tainted. We're seeing homes that catastrophic damage through water. And it's not just us, it's happening the world over.
And with literally only 1% of the water on Earth's surface drinkable, the importance to do everything to conserve water is paramount.
Surely there must be solutions abound. This is a huge problem. It's not, it's a scarce resource that we're so heavily dependent on. And we looked around and it turns out that there wasn't enough work going into this space. We looked around, found this little bit of research that was going on at the University of Washington, and we dug into it deeper, realized that the potential for the intellectual property, the patents that was being derived out of there, the early proof of concept work that was happening, it had a lot of potential. We thought with the capabilities and size and scale of Belkin, we can take that and mass produce it.
But the biggest question I had was, how do you get sensors and electricity to work together with water? The answer is quite surprising.
Over the 8 years that we did R&D inside of Belkin, it was really refining this idea that we can monitor tiny little changes in water pressure in your plumbing system and then sort of reverse engineer from those signals what's happening in your plumbing system. So if you think about you flushing your toilet, right? There's a certain water turbulence that happens, so water is stuck in your plumbing system and then your valve opens up and water starts to rush out of there. And so if you put your ear on the pipe, you can kind of hear that rushing. There's a lot of talk about, artificial intelligence and machine learning and cars driving themselves and so on and so forth. But we use very much the same technologies, the same ability to train computer programs and algorithms to look at this tremendous amount of data and trying to find these pins in haystacks. And once you do that, then what happens is the mysteries start to reveal themselves and you get to see this magical world of language inside your plumbing system.
So what's the rub in water conservation? You may think it's just a small leak, but those small leaks, added all together, make a big problem.
We ran this year-long pilot. We spent quite a bit of time and money installing Phyn solutions at our expense in over 300 homes in 19 states, from Alaska all the way down to Florida and everywhere in between. 17% of all of the homes that we had this installed in sprung a leak. In that 17%, full 55% of those, water was being wasted through a toilet flapper. So in our study, we found that the average toilet flapper leaks 1,021 gallons of water every day. And if you multiply that number up, it's a staggering number. 1 trillion gallons of water gets wasted every year in North America, related directly to plumbing and toilet flapper and those kinds of things. If we can get the word out and even affect something as simple as a toilet flapper, we save billions of gallons of water.
Don't make that splash. When we come back, we'll take a tour of Phyn and find out what a day in developing technology is really like. But first, trivia. How much water does the average resident use per year? That and more when we come back.
I
Welcome back to Common Sense. Now, the answer to our trivia question. How much water does the average resident use per year? According to the EPA, over 100,000 gallons of water are used per year, both inside and outside of the residence. That's enough to fill up a steel tank 24 feet high and 27 feet wide. So what's it like to work at Phyn? Advantages include engaging in cutting-edge technology and research, problem-solving and creative challenges, and personal fulfillment that your work is contributing to conservation.
We look for people that are, I think, first and foremost, as passionate about water and water conservation as we are. The reason we choose to work for Phyn is because we believe passionately about this idea that water is a scarce resource. And of the things that our children or our children's children should be worried about, it shouldn't be where do I get water, or choosing between water and heating. It just doesn't seem reasonable. It may sound a little far-fetched now, but it's not as far off.
And the advantages to working with Phyn versus similar tech companies makes a great company even better.
We're a small family here, and we have a basketball court in the office that we when we get tired and we get frustrated, we have to kind of open up our brains and think a little bit, and we have a little shootout. We have barbecues here all the time over the summer. And so really it's a small family entrepreneurship environment, but whenever we need to, we get to tap into the mothership.
And with growth and development comes creation of jobs.
Here in Torrance, we have 30 some odd folks. I mean, it changes almost weekly. I think we hired 2 new people came on board this week, 1 last week. I think there's another one coming on board next week. So we're growing very quickly.
And the building they chose for their headquarters is just as unique as their company.
To detect leaks and test that your thing is working, you have to have pipes that burst and pipes that leak and things like that. And that's not something that, just you can get a permit to do anywhere, right? I can't just get an office building on the 3rd floor and say, oh, I'm going to install a bunch of plumbing and it's all going to leak and burst and things like that.
So, what does a typical day at Phyn look like?
I don't know that there is a normal day. It's a part of what keeps it really exciting. We come in and we challenge ourselves with the next problem that needs to be solved in terms of how do we make this easier for homeowners to use? How do we make this easier for plumbers to install?
And the types of people needed to make a business like Phyn flow are as varied as all the different types of water you can think of.
When we first set out, we thought we knew who our customers were. And it was homeowners, and plumbers and property managers. And then we announced our availability and the phone just kept ringing. And it was the insurance companies were really excited about this. Home alarm companies, their promises, we protect your home from everything but leaks. And so adding leak detection capability is sort of a natural transition for that. And then you have the utilities, something we're working on. We have we're very confident in the capabilities to do so, is to understand where your water is being consumed.
And with all of this interest, how's business going?
We just launched our commercial product in April, so we're only a couple months into the commercial sales of it. The Phyn Plus, which is in market today, you can find it at phyn.com, is a professionally installed solution. You can't just walk into Best Buy, buy it, and take it home and install it. And the reason for that is because it has a shutoff valve. So in case it detects unusual water activity in your home. So it's listening to your plumbing system all the time, and you're going about your business, and it's saying, oh, I see a toilet flushing or somebody's taking a shower, and it kind of calculates all that information and analyzes it, but it doesn't do anything reactive to it. But if it notices a burst pipe or a pinhole leak somewhere in your plumbing system, it says that's not normal. I'm gonna need to protect the homeowner and the home from catastrophic damage. If I let this thing go on for too long, it might cause some real problems. So it may decide to close the water off to the house so that the damage is minimized.
Working with plumbing companies has helped Phyn, but it is also taking steps to address the looming shortage of plumbers in the foreseeable future.
The trades in general is struggling a bit. Every year nationwide there are more plumbers retiring and then there are new plumbers coming in. The challenge is, how do you entice, how do you incentivize this new crop of young people getting into the workforce? How do you encourage them to become plumbers? And it's a challenge for sure, and one of the things that we are trying to figure out ways to sort of upgrade the technology and the capabilities around what the plumbing industry has been doing.
Don't go away. When we come back, we'll find out what Phyn is doing to give back to the community. But first, more trivia. How much water drops in an inch of rain on 1 acre of ground? That and more when we come back.
Meetings are, well, meetings. Unless that is, you're meeting in Torrance. Torrance has more than 67,000 square feet of total meeting space. Plus, we've got 1.5 miles of our very own beach, amazing Southern California weather, and are situated just 15 minutes from LAX. And after all your meeting and greeting, don't let the opportunity to explore pass you by. Do some team building and express your artistic side. You could even become a master chef, or just eat like one. And of course, make time to stop and smell the roses. And spend as much time as you can getting in touch with nature. Greet the day and meet the Torrance way. So, are you in?
Welcome back to Common Sense. So, the answer to our trivia question. How much water drops with an inch of rain on 1 acre of ground? 27,154 gallons, which weighs in at 113 tons. That's equivalent to the weight of a blue whale. Kind of makes you think differently about water, doesn't it? Giving back is part of what makes Phyn a game changer.
We recently sponsored a local youth sporting league that's based out of Torrance called Sansei Baseball, and we host STEM days for local schools. So we've had a couple of different schools bring children out here, and we'll teach them, the importance of water and some of the physics and science around how water pressure works. And a couple times we've sponsored interns. So high school's interns who are interested in STEM and practice, we offer volunteer time off. If you want to support your community and do something with your time, we'll pay for it.
So out of all the cities in South Bay, why Torrance?
I love Torrance. We used to live in Old Torrance. We have 3 boys that were born at Torrance Memorial, came home to our house in Torrance. When we really thought about making Phyn a separate entity out of Belkin, Belkin's headquarters in Playa Vista, we looked near Playa Vista. So you have Culver City that we looked at. We looked at El Segundo. Torrance did a few things for us. It was kind of central to the folks that live south of this area, as well as the folks that live north of this area. Our current location where we are today is close to the freeway, right? So the access to the airport is quite good. I also, many years ago, maybe 12 years ago or so, had another business that ran out of Torrance. I really loved my experience working with the city. I couldn't imagine it being anywhere else.
A great company with great employees that contribute to the greater good is part of the reason why Phyn was awarded the Torrance Advantage Award.
We're so incredibly honored to have that. It's out in our lobby on our mantle up there, and when we had our official open house, Mayor Shuri came and helped us cut the ribbon, and so Torrance has really helped us feel at home.
Thank you so much to Phyn for welcoming the Common Sense production team to the campus. Whether you're a contractor building smart homes or a homeowner who would just like to do more to save money on your water bill, head over to Phyn at 1855 Del Amo Boulevard or head to their website at www.phyn.com. And while you're online, head over to our Facebook page, Common Sense Torrance, to see what happens behind the scenes. And hey, why not give us a thumbs up too? And to see more Common Sense episodes, please subscribe to our YouTube page at Torrance CitiCABLE. So whether you're the homeowner who's looking to make improvements on your existing plumbing, or you're the contractor who wants to build smart homes, I'd like to thank you for watching Common Sense, where we take a rare, behind-the-scenes look at local business and explore their secret to success. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.